It takes a second for the YouTube to go live, so bear with me, folks. All right, here we go. Let's have some fun here. There we go. Perfect. Just get this thing going here, and here we go. All right, we're ready to go. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Dave. My apologies for yesterday. What a mess that was. First time my internet went off in a long time. All right, I'm sharing my screen. Good morning, Ed, Ivano, Cam. Good morning, good morning, good morning, David, Timothy, uh, Bowlin, Robert. And if I mispronounce somebody's name, I do apologize. Dean, yeah, let's rock and roll. And hopefully my internet won't go down today. I do apologize. That doesn't happen very often. Rebecca, Dr. Serena, good morning, good morning, good morning. You guys know the rules. We usually wait till we have about 100 people. And just FYI, don't forget, come and see my shocking predictions. It's happening today again at 1 p.m. and I'll be talking about some new stuff. Let's see, let me just post that here. There we go. Good morning, Penny, Richard, Steve, Julian, Jacques, David. Good morning, everybody. We got 93 people in here. Oh, now we have 117. I think it's a good time to begin. And once again, I'm really, really sorry about yesterday. I don't know what happened to well, I think I do know what happened, but it's not that important. Hopefully it won't happen again. And also, here's a link to my VIP room, and that's happening at 11 a.m. today. Monkey Joe Dude. Hey, Monkey Joe Dude, how are you? Thomas Frank. Folks, before I begin, keep in mind, Mr. Cam White, who's here today, runs a program called Customer Service Live. It happens from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. every single day, Eastern Time. All you've got to do is go into your members area and hit the red button. Your Zoom will appear, and then let the good times roll. So we got a lot of things to talk about today. Let's get into this, okay? So yesterday, real quick, we have the maids coming in on Tuesdays, the cleaning ladies, and they closed the door where my router is, and I think it overheated, and I think that's what happened. How you doing, Cam? Hope you're having a good day, and I hope you're making some money. All right, so let's get into today's analysis. As you guys could see here, the market's a little softer today. I didn't feel comfortable about the market yesterday, and I thought that the market was going to start selling off a little bit or weaken a little bit and consolidate because all in all, we've been going up quite a bit. I mean, just to kind of give you an example on the Dow Jones, just so you could see the trajectory in the last several sessions, we went from 37,700 all the way to 39,000. And now the question is, are we going to make new highs or are we going to come off? And there is major divergence between the Dow Jones and the other sectors. We'll get into that in a minute. But I am not expecting a very strong day today, and there's not major catalyst. Hey, Blair, good to see you again. Hopefully, we could take a couple of more shorts next couple of days and make some more moolah. Energy prices. I mentioned right here that we're coming to support on the energy prices and that we may be bouncing. We are bouncing now, but I don't like how the highs are getting lower here, and I'm expecting the high here to probably, if I had to guess, come up somewhere around here up to the 82 level. Doesn't mean we don't have upside, but it doesn't mean the upside's not limited, okay? So I think the upside here is a little bit more limited in comparison to, unless we see a major catalyst here, I think this downtrend is going to continue. It's going to develop into a descending triangle with lower highs, and then we're going to break down. Kind of like what happened with Tesla. I don't know if you guys remember with Tesla, we were in a similar situation about 3 months ago. And I was saying how the highs are going to get lower and then lower and lower, and it's going to break down. It was in a descending triangle. You know what? I'll show you a picture so you could see what I'm talking about. It was a few months ago here. Let's see if I could still have it here. Lower highs, lower highs. This doesn't go down, and then it breaks down. Very, very similar type of environment. Again, there's no correlation between crude oil and well, actually there is. There's inverse correlation, but that's kind of what I'm looking at. Lower highs, flatter bottoms, firming up this area with a potential down break later on after we kiss this level maybe 5, 6 times. We have a lot of support at this level. So I wouldn't be surprised if oil stayed above that area or bounced off of that area several times before going lower. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Cam. That's one of the reasons why JP Morgan and traders I don't know about other traders. I don't talk to them. I talk to JP Morgan. And yes, Adam, still looking weak per my discussion yesterday. Um, U.S. dollar looks like it's heading up. It doesn't seem to be pulling a number on crude oil, at least not yet. Crude oil is a little bit higher, but if you look at the gold market, you could see that gold is listless. It's still below the 8-day EMA, and if gold continues this trajectory, it's going to hit the 50-day moving average. I'm not really excited or happy. Good morning, by the way, Adam. I hope you're well. I'm not seeing any excitement on the gold market. And we could see upside on gold if the market really goes down, but I'm not really expecting that either because volatility isn't really doing anything. Now, remember yesterday what I said. Even if the market comes off, it doesn't mean this has to spike. Good morning, Olia. Uh, this will not spike unless the market really has a forceful down move. If the Dow goes down 80, 90, 100 points a day, volatility is just going to kind of come up, kind of just go sideways, maybe come up a little bit, but it won't do much. For volatility to really come up, the market has to have a non-random volatile move to the downside. Higher range expansion, this type of a day, not these type of days. It has to the market, not the volatility. Yeah. So again, I still believe we're going to traverse down here, but I think we're going to have a couple of hiccups and maybe come up a little bit here before doing so. But keep your eye on the volatility index today. Bonds. What did I tell you? I think bonds are going to cool off, just like stock market is cooling off. I don't think the whole hope of the kid getting that bike is going to gain sooner than later is going to gain much momentum, and it's not. You might have noticed, and I'll talk about the Fed, but you might have noticed the trajectory of how they're speaking is now changing from we're going to lower rates 3 times this year to it's better to keep rates steady instead of raising them if we want to continue doing our job. Have you guys noticed that trajectory? We're going to lower rates 3 times a year. No, we're going to lower rates 2 times a year. Now it's best to keep. No, there isn't, Peter. Not at all. It's best to keep things status quo instead of raising rates. So it went from 4 months ago. We're going to raise rates 3 times this year. We're going to lower rates 3 times this year. We're going to lower rates as early as this summer. We're going to lower rates as early as this fall. And now we're back in the doghouse right here. So why is this important? Well, what is the stock market doing right now? This means lower interest rates, good for the stock market. This is bad for the stock market. Well, guess where we're at right now? We're right on that level. And if we enter that level, we go back into consolidation mode. The Dow, let me just show you how on the S&P that would play out. I'm sorry that I have all these charts here, all these lines. They become very valuable when we go intraday. We're not there yet, but my point is, you see this area right here? This area right here? If we break down lower and we break the 113, and I'll go more into this deeper, we're going to go back into this range. And notice we haven't broken the high yet. And again, I'll go deeper into all of this when we get into the analysis. But for now, I just want you to see that the bond market is going lower. And if the bond market's going lower, that reduces the odds that the kid is getting that bike in real time. Increases the odds that the kid is getting that bike. Here, look. Increases the odds that the kid is getting that bike. Decreases the odds that the kid is getting that bike. And you could see we went up. We got really excited on Monday. But what happened on Tuesday and what happened on Wednesday? And if we break lower today, we're going to go back into this range, and this will put a lot more pressure on the stock market. This is daily. I don't look at bonds intraday. I don't have a need to. But this is we'll see about that, Walter. Right, exactly, Krish. So keep an eye on the bond market and keep an eye on TLT on whether we break back into this range. If we break back into this range, it's going to cause weakness on the broad stock market, and it'll cause the stock market to go back into this range right here. So we're going to be very mindful of interest rates. We're going to keep an eye on volatility. If volatility comes back up to the $15 level or 14 and a half or the 15, it's going to be bad for the market. If the bond market continues break, I'm just giving you all the signs. What kind of a bike is it? It's a Diamondback Silver Streak, Sylvan, from 1984, the one my parents bought me for $275. That's the one it's in my garage waiting for the kid. Diamondback Silver Streak, Sylvan. Yeah, from 1983 or 82. No, it's going to get a Diamondback Silver Streak. That's half chromoly and craft and half steel because his parents can't afford a full chromoly frame. Yeah. How I know all this stuff? Don't ask me, but I do. Um, anyways, yeah, see, I got an answer for you. Go to the internet and type in Diamondback Silver Streak from 1982. It's a real bike. I'm not making it up. It's a real bike. Diamondbacks. Look, let me show you. Look, see, Diamondback Silver Streak, $265 right here. Old school BML, old school, 1982, Diamondback Silver Streak, 1981 right here. 1981, 82. That's what the kid's getting. He's getting a silver streak, right? I have it in my garage waiting for him. They can't even afford a new bike. They have to give him a used bike. Don't ask. From 45 years ago. All right. So again, volatility, we're looking at volatility to go up a little bit because I think the market's going to be a little choppy. I'm looking for the bond market to cool off and come back into the 89 level. I have absolutely no clue what will happen with crude oil because the US dollar is moving up right now, which is not really great for crude oil. But crude oil seems to be bouncing off of these levels. So it could be that crude oil can come up a little bit more and come down. All right. Now that we're done with that, let's talk about global economy and we'll talk about, see, Brian, thank you again, Brian. We got everything highlighted and I'm not freaking out on whether my stuff is erased or not. So really, really good stuff. Thank you for that. Treasury yields marched higher. Bonds and treasury yields have an opposite. So when bonds go down, treasury yields go up. So they're saying the same thing. I just want to make sure you understand. There's a completely 100% inverse correlation between treasury yield and bonds. Bonds go down, yield goes up, bonds go down. Treasury yield marched higher while investors continue to digest corporate earnings reports and evaluate the trajectory of the Federal Reserve monetary policy. Intel fell more than 2%. It was a top loser on the Dow. I actually really wanted to short it in the pit yesterday, but I didn't like the gap. I didn't like the gap that we saw. Yep, it's a tricked out bike, Jill, from 1981, 82 era. Yeah. So my parents got me a Diamondback Silver Streak in 1981. I really, really wanted it. I went to get some ice cream at Baskin Robbins with a friend of mine, and two guys stole my bike from me, and I was pissed off. I was 11 years old, and somebody stole my bike at the Baskin Robinson, and it was a Diamondback Silver Streak. Rochelle, I think it's on your end. Can everybody else hear me okay? You guys can hear me all right? Just say yes if you could hear me okay. Just want to make sure. Okay. All right. Thanks. I figured more people would say they can't hear me. There's almost 300 people in the room. All right. So I was nervous of the gap yesterday, and so I didn't do Intel, but I was very close. I was also very close to shorting Twilio yesterday, but I didn't like the spread. I came very close to doing a lot of stocks yesterday, and I ended up doing none. I just talked myself out of it. Thank you, guys. So all right, it's if Rochelle, it's on your end. It's on your end. Here, let's tell Rochelle. Rochelle, it's on your end. The sound issue. Okay. All right. Yeah. So anyway, all right, let's continue. Because Huawei is going to ban U.S. chips, which is not a very cool. But I think Biden is going to do something before the end of the year to help us out on that. Economic data showed that U.S. wholesale trade sales unexpectedly fell in March, weaker than expected. U.S. March wholesale inventories are in line, though, which is good. Yeah, it's Diamondback Silver Streak. I remember I was fantasizing about that bike. It was 1981. I was 11 years old. They bought it for my birthday, and then somebody stole it in Baskin Robbins a few months later. I was so upset. Susan Collins indicated on Wednesday that interest rates would likely need to be kept at a two-decade high for longer than previously anticipated to damp demand and reduce price pressures. Clear as day. Collins acknowledging the absence of significant progress in reducing inflationary pressure in 2024, emphasizing that slower economic growth will be necessary to ensure that inflation remains on a sustainable trajectory. The current situation requires methodical perseverance, recognizing that progress will take time and continue to be uneven. That does not sound like. And by the way, she was at the MIT saying that. She said that to a bunch of very smart people. Very cool, Jim. Very cool. I lived in LA. I had no tracks nearby. We had the neighborhood streets. Good morning, Melvin. So, meanwhile, again, we still have a 29% probability that there's going to be a rate drop in June as applied in the market. Well, folks, let me ask you an interesting question. This is the market. Now, here's the $1 trillion question for you. And you tell me if I'm the crazy one or you tell me who here is the crazy one. This right here is representing the bond market. This is an ETF that represents the bond market. This right here is the probability that's priced into the bond market. Okay, the bond market. So this is a reflection of this right now. Okay, so now, so here's I'm just going to leave this as an open question before we move on. Okay, here's my thinking. Okay, if we're pricing in a 30%, 29.2, a 30% rate hike in less than 2 months, and where I think the odds of that happening are less than half of 1%. I'm not being facetious, I'm being realistic. And when we get closer to this number going to 20%, 18%, 15%, 10%, and not in the next year. This has to happen before the July. So this has to happen within the next month and a half, 2 months. So when this number starts going down, what do you think will happen to this? Can't go up. It's got to go down. The only way, so here's what I'm trying to say. Let me connect the dots in case it's too early and you haven't had your morning coffee yet. If the price here, right here, 29% as priced into the futures, and if you want me to go to the futures here, I'll go to the futures. Let's make it 100% dot on dot, okay? So here are the futures. Let's go to the 2-year note. This is the 2-year note. This has a direct relationship. The 2-year note smells this is like the most fastest impact. So here's my question. What happens to the bond market? All right. What happens to the bond market when the Fed says, "Nah, we're not lowering rates in March"? It has to go down. Otherwise, this goes higher, not lower. So my point is, if this is right now at 29%, can you imagine? Let me just go back there. Where's that 2-year note? Can you imagine? Whoops. What am I doing here? Let me go back to the right ticker. Hold on. Can you imagine how much the bond market would have to go down? Where was the bond market when they were pricing in a 25% of a rate cut for March? Oh, it was funny that you should ask, Sylvan. Great question. Great question. It was right here. It was right here. That's a great question. Thank you for bringing that up. Funny that you should ask. It was right here. And now the bond market's right here. And the bond market is pricing in a 29% chance for 2 months from now. Now, we all know that's not going to happen. The odds should be probably at 5%. Look at my ticker while I'm talking. 5%, maybe 10%, not at 30%. So my question to you is this. When this decides in the next 6 weeks that it ain't happening, and the kid has a big, this bond market should be around here, right here, right here, right there. This would be the equivalent of the bond market pricing in a 5 or 10%. So my question to you is this. If the bond market should be here in the next couple of months, because sure as hell nothing's happening, there's not going to be a rate dump in July. What does that say for the stock market? Yes, exactly, Adam. So yeah, it was right here and now it's down here. So now we're down here and we're still showing a 30% chance. Again, all I'm doing is trying to connect the dots. Notice I'm not giving you what I think. I'm telling you the bond market right now is pricing in at 30% and the bond market is here. And that's in 2 months. How in the world is the bond market going to have an interest rate drop in 2 months? The odds of that are crazy. David, that happens in our programs. Here we connect the dots. This is a teaching exercise. So if the bond market is going to cool off, and if the relationship between the bond market is very strong to stocks, remember, if bonds go here, you know how much interest rates are going to go up? Do you think that's good for stocks? No. So I'm very, very fearful about how the bond market is going to rectify this in the next. Oh, my mouse just died. That's great. Hold on 1 second. Oh, that's great. My mouse just died. Let me see if I can manipulate it into working. Now my mouse just died. That's terrible. Yesterday my computer and today my mouse. That's great. All right. So, that's a bummer. How do I go through? Hey, is there a way for me to go through this without my mouse dropped my mouse. All right. You know what, folks? I'm going to give you my stocks without the mouse. So I can't go through the levels. No, this is weird. My mouse just died. Just totally died. Huh. I'll be damned. My mouse died. Right? Need to give the mouse some cheese. I'll change the mouse after we're done. But I could still give you the stocks. I have my stocks right here. No, it's not a touch screen. It's a regular screen. I'll have to change my mouse. Anyway, while we're doing that, let me give you. He's not here. He's at the office. But I still have my stocks. I already got my list of stocks. So I'm going to give you my stocks so that way we have everything. You're going to have to type them yourself. So the levels, I'll post the levels. No, I don't want to turn anything back off and on. No, I don't want to do that. Control Alt Delete here. Let me try that. Yeah, let's try that. Yeah, I don't want to mess with things because I don't want to lose this feed right now. So let's just arrows. Oh, here we go. The arrows are working. All right. Well, we can go through this. Okay. So let's go through this. So she spoke. Let's see here. Europe were down just a little bit. Not much going on in Europe. China closed higher. Not getting much tailwind from China. In Japan reversed earlier gains, closed slightly lower today. Semiconductors and electronic stocks underperformed. Yeah, I should, but I'm just having issues today. My mouse is having issues. But anyhow, let's see. That's the last page. All right. Let me give you guys my no, it's a wireless mouse. My bat. You know what? Do I have another mouse here? I don't have anything else here. Let me give you these stocks. How about that? Oh, unplug it and plug it back in. Hold on. Let me try that. Hold on. All right. Now, I tried that. It didn't work either. I'm gonna have to switch my mouse. Anyway, let me go through the stocks. Hey Cam, can you do me a favor? Can anybody else type in the box as I go through these with you? All right. Put it in the box. Put it in the box. Yeah. You post it in your level. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So let me give you the long list first, okay? I'll give you the long list and then I'll give you the short list. This really bothers me. Yeah, I can't. I don't have my batteries here. They're downstairs. Yeah, dead batteries. Dead batteries. Sorry about that, guys, but at least I'm still here live, okay? So the first stock to the long side is RTX. RTX, okay? Take the battery and reinstall. Let's try it. Let's see if it works. Let's see if that works. Oh, hold on. Yay! It worked. Oh, thank God it worked. It worked. It worked. Mazel tov. It worked. All right, let's continue. Oh, thank God. It worked. It worked. Oh, now it's not working anymore again. Oh, come on, batteries. Come on. Nah, that was it. That was the last. That was, I think, the last hooray. Let me give you guys the stock. All right, let's see how long it works. Let me just go up to the S&P 500 and hopefully it'll work while we're still there. I just put this here. All right, here we go. Here's the S&P 500. Let's see if this works, okay? So let's go through our levels real quick. We couldn't break through the 517 yesterday. We tried breaking through the 517 yesterday. Yeah, I need to keep batteries nearby. I'll do that. So wait, before we do the RTX long, let me do my levels. So S&P 500, S&P 500 at 518 couldn't break 518. The next level is 518 through 514 right here. 518 through 514. On the QQQ, trying to do this before my batteries go out again. On the QQQ, we couldn't break through 540, 440, 441, and the next level is 434. I think we're going to come down. I don't think we're going to break through. I don't see a major catalyst. Sorry about that, guys. I apologize. Sorry about that, but we got it. We got it working. We tried yesterday really hard, really hard yesterday. We tried, and there she goes again. Come on, battery. Come on. Work for Uncle Roger. Just do it one more time. Oops. Man, I think that's it. All right. All right. So those are the levels. Now let me go through the stocks, and I'm going to put this ticker symbol here. So hopefully it won't stop working. All right. One way or another, we'll get through this. RTX. Love this stock. That's our first stock, RTX. Second stock to the long side, SE. Sorry if I missed a few things today, but I want to get through this one and give you guys the stocks. I don't want to have more issues today. SE, C Limited. I'm going to change my battery as soon as we're done with this. Is this live or is this a recording? People ask. It's definitely live. AZN. AZN. That's the downside of not having Matt here. Yeah, there you go. Well, now it seems to be working. AZK. ECL. Ecolabs. ATI. Hey, Carlos. Again, sorry about the little, mix up. WFC. I like Wells Fargo. VRT. Right? Clyde should be able to fetch the battery for me. VRT, NTAP. That's funny. Yesterday my internet goes off and today my battery. I mean, talk about Murphy's Law, right? Never fails. NTAP still looks good. PGR still looks good. I mean, what a mess. Seems to be working now. This stock might have had earnings today. Be careful. PGR, it's down quite a bit. Um, CCK. Hey, if there's a will, there's a way, right? We're getting it done. Huh? Be careful here. We need to pass above the 200-day moving average. No soup till we break above the 200-day moving average. Then it's in play. I like this stock, Wheaton Precious Metals. Looks like metals may be coming back up. I like this stock. Now let's do the short side, okay? Right, Jill? I mean, nothing has gone haywire in 3, 4 months, and all of a sudden, 2 days in a row. You know, SSTK. Oops, wrong ticker symbol. Hold on, wrong ticker symbol. I'm going to start bringing my laptop upstairs so that I can connect on the laptop if something goes off as well. Pretty bearish on this stock. Ulta came this close to shorting the stock on the close yesterday, but I wasn't. I just didn't like the price action. Ulta, CVS is back on the list. Thanks, Frank. CVS, definitely. Hey, the key is we're getting it done. Okay. Even with my shenanigans, we're getting it done. CAH right there, right below the 200-day moving average. Very, very nice. ASO, this is Academy. I got to actually go to Academy, buy some stuff. I like how it's breaking the 200-day moving average. I'd like to see a little more volume, but I like how it's breaking the 200-day. Um, a lot of healthcare stocks breaking down. Just FYI, we have CAH, we have ABT, we have BMY. Make a note. That's important. That's important. You guys might have remembered this stock from a few months ago. And let me ask you, what has changed since I called it last time? Nothing. Um, Bax, this stock has been a killer to the downside. And volume is really good too. Going to take a look at that stock today. We had a banana in the tailpipe today, right? with my computer. Global E Online. This is the first time I'm posting this stock up here. Pizza. This is the first time we're talking about this stock, guys. We've never talked about pizza before. I want to ask you guys, how many times have we talked about this stock here? 20, 30? Here's another frequent flyer. X-ray. Most of these stocks have been on our list before. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that. CF Holdings, Net, starting to get on our list again. And there's one more I actually didn't put on my list, but I just remembered. I have my eyes on this stock right here, DoorDash. And I think it can go up to the 200-day line. Since my thing started to work again, let me see if I could spend a little more. So those are the stocks. Let me see if I could spend a little more time on the levels with you, okay? And if we get stuck, we get stuck. I did the part I really wanted to get out. And also, don't forget, I have an event happening today. And we're gonna have a really fun. We're gonna talk about election and VIP room as at 11 a.m. today. Let me give you this. Huh, my mouse is working again. All right, so notice yesterday we tried really, really hard to get above these levels on the QQQ, and we couldn't. We couldn't. So I'm thinking if we don't break them today, we're going to start traversing lower and going to the 434 level. Keep your eye on this level because if we break out above this level, see, it couldn't accept prices. It came right back here. You need to have acceptance of a new level that couldn't accept it. So, wow, we got 362 people here. We just broke our record. That's fantastic. Or actually close to our record. Our record was 370. Close, close, close to it. So anyway, the level here, the levels you want to watch right now are 440, 441, and 434. Um, Manny, I like Dell was on my long list yesterday, actually. I don't know about today, but yesterday was on my long list. Let me just go spy. I'll take a look at it in a second. I have a little time left. Here we go again, some issues. Hmm. There we go. See the same thing with the SPY. It tried so hard to go above this level yesterday. It tried here, tried here, tried here, tried here, and it just can't. Nice, Tony. Good. There you go. Yeah, I don't pay attention to jobless claims. Uh, Let me show you why. Look, this number has been in the low 200,000s for the last 4 years. No, 5 years. It hasn't moved. 220, 210, 215, 202 hasn't moved. It's been exactly the same. It hasn't moved. This report seems to be dead, not the VIX. So again, keep your eye on volatility today. There's not much going on in terms of sentiment. Market is looking for directional bias right now. The market doesn't know where it wants to go. It's very hard for me to figure out where the market's going to go when the market doesn't know where it wants to go. Proven by this right here. Proven by this right here. So there's not much directional bias here. Okay. I like JP Morgan. Now, somebody said they wanted me to look at Dell. I'll take a look at Dell. It was on my long list yesterday. Yeah, it looks great. I like Dell right now. But be careful. Be careful because if the bond market, if volatility starts going higher, and if the bond market, if the bond market continues breaking lower, it's going to put pressure on tech stocks. Okay. JP Morgan, I'll take a look at JP Morgan real quick. We have a few minutes. Can't believe the thing started working again. Here, no, wrong ticker symbol. JP Morgan. I like financials right now. Yeah, I like financials right now. We'll see if they can continue getting it up. All right, folks. Is the S&P going to close at an all-time high by the end of the year, or is it going to sink after another crazy election? I'm going to give you shocking predictions that you don't want to miss. Please, please, please come to my room. It's happening today after VIP room. Uh, Time for Apple and Tesla? Yeah, I do have time for Apple and Tesla. So if you missed how we leverage one of my coolest programs that has a 96% win rate, I don't think they want to give me a 96% rate. They want to keep it at 95.87 for some reason, but they couldn't just write it up to 96%. But it's happening at noon today. The class is happening at noon today. And if you want me to take a look at Tesla, I'll gladly do it right now for you guys. I'm still early. Tesla to me looks like it's going to sit here and come back into this level. I don't see a major catalyst for Tesla. And I already mentioned it couldn't break this level. It tried to go higher, tried to go higher. The highs are getting lower. I think Tesla's going to come back into this level. And Apple, you wanted me to look at Apple? I'm looking at Apple. Apple, I want to see if Apple breaks this low. If Apple breaks this low, I think it's going to come back down. But I think Apple may be building a base and getting ready to go higher. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is a breakaway gap on Apple, and Apple is setting up for a nice consolidation here to go higher, and another consolidation to go higher. Because the catalyst that came out for them was really, really something. Was really, really something. Yeah, and I already did the longs. The RTX, SC, AZN, ECL, ATI, Wells Fargo, VRT, NTAP, PGR, CCK, and WPM. All right. That's why TV always switch on the batteries in the Anchor's wireless microphone before they go live. Well, I'm not that evolved, PD. But I hope you guys have a fantastic day today. If there's something I didn't answer, here's my email address. I'll be glad to do that. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. And remember, the markets can get a little bit, the markets can get a little wacky today. I'm not really loving what I'm seeing here at all. And yesterday we had divergence. It just doesn't look like the market is operating on all fours. And it looks like the market is looking for price discovery. If the market doesn't know what it wants to do, how do you expect us to know what the market will do? You can't. It's very hard. So be very, very careful. The only thing I didn't talk about that I wanted to talk about actually was the Russell 2000. I wanted to show you guys something. Oops, what's going on here? Forgot to talk about. All of a sudden, miraculously, this thing starts working, right? Yeah, CCK when it goes over 200. That's right, beloved. Thank you. Yep, it's a terrible 95% plus. How do we endure printing money? Exactly, JT. I know. They don't want to give me the 96%. I want to show you guys something real quick. Several years ago, I could actually say that now. Several years ago, I drew this line right here, and I told you that this was going to be the bottom of the market. I was right. Who knew? Anyway, I literally have not changed this line here. I drew this back in middle of 2022. And what's interesting, notice that we're hanging out here. Well, remember what I always tell you guys about, like a perfect example is Tesla. Remember how I showed you how the highs are getting lower and it doesn't seem to want to go as high anymore on that downwards channel? Well, the Russell doesn't look like it wants to now go to the second bottom half. It's building a really good support here. Now, this is really, really important because remember, every rally we've had that started in the market in the last 40 years, or give or take, don't quote me on that, has been started by small caps. Until the small caps get above this level, as I said 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, nothing good is going to happen. Kimberly, I gave shorts. I gave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I gave 16 shorts, and I gave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 longs. I gave all shorts. Can somebody post the shorts here? If not, let me know and I'll post them. I have time. Now that this stupid thing is working, just let me know. But so my point is keep your eye on the Russell 2000. If the Russell doesn't break this level right here, if the Russell doesn't break this 188 level, there's a really good chance because we're going to start a deflationary market cycle. The Russell can start moving higher. If the Russell starts moving higher, that means the market is coming out of this nonsense. Yeah, just rewind. Thank you, RJ. Yeah, just rewind the video. Oh, thank you, Peter. Very nice of you. Thank you, Sylvan. You guys are great. See, I've got assistants right here. You guys need to just know how to reach out and give me a battery from the screen. All right. So again, keep your eye on the Russell. I like what I'm seeing right now, but I don't want to make huge bets against it. Now, interestingly enough, guess what happened? Stopped working just now. Interestingly, stopped working again. Let's see if we can fix it so I could get off of this live stream. Let's see if it works. One last time. All right. It's working again. I'm going to change it in a few minutes. You guys have a nice day. I'm very sorry for my unprofessionalism. I'm a one-man show in the morning. All right. So I'll talk to you guys later, and I'm going to go change my battery out right now. I appreciate the inconvenience we had today, but we got it done. Yeah, I need a Tesla charger in my house, right, Greg? Exactly, for my battery. We got it done. We got everything done that I wanted to, maybe not in the same order. Netflix? All right, I'll give you Netflix. I got 2 minutes left. Don't be mad at me if my battery gives out. Netflix looks really good here. There's a lot of value around here. Expect Netflix to start having some issues right around this level right here. There's a lot of value around here. All right. And Sylvain, sorry, Sylvain, I got it wrong. I apologize. And you wanted me to look at Google. Believe it or not, those are the two stocks I actually like. I like Google still. I do. I still like Google. I'm still bullish Google, but you got to be careful with Google right now. All right. Love you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll talk to you all later. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you at 11 a.m. In just a couple of hours in the VIP room. Yeah, literally just a couple of hours. And here's the link. Hope to see you soon. Bye. Thank you so much. And I apologize. Thank you for your patience. I apologize for the issues I'm having today. Bye.